What is up, lads? Welcome back to the LadsFootyShow. Today, we're going to be reacting to Matchweek 1 of the Euros matches. Who had the best performance? Who had the worst performance? Any topic, let's get straight into it. So we'll probably go in order, starting off with the Germany game, and then we'll go to the very last game, the Portugal one. I probably won't mention every single game, but significant moments throughout the week. Starting off with Germany versus Scotland. Germany ended up winning 5-1 at home in the opening match. And honestly, I could say that Germany so far in Matchweek 1 was the best performing team. And as we can see, the goals show for it. I think the midfield and the attack are just going to be exciting to watch throughout the tournament. Wirtz, Musiala, Havertz, or even if they end up switching out Havertz and putting Füllkrug, a natural number 9. It's just a very exciting team. And in the midfield, Toni Kroos, Gundogan, and Andrik. I think that's a very good midfield trio because you have Andrik that gets the ball more, is more of like that physical player that runs. And then you have Toni Kroos just controlling the tempo of the game. I think he had like 100% completion rate in his passes, or like 99, which is honestly insane. It sucks that he's about to retire at the highest level. Gundogan was the one that I wasn't really impressed with as much, but still, I think throughout the tournament, he'll show for his team. We've seen in the past that he could provide these clutch moments for his teams. And like I brought up earlier, Kai Havertz or Füllkrug, I honestly think, I'm a high believer in if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if you win that much in the first game, I wouldn't switch the lineup. I'll keep Kai Havertz, got a goal and an assist. Yes, Füllkrug came in and instantly scored, looked like a proper striker. But I just feel like if Havertz and Germany are still securing goals with him starting, I wouldn't really change it. Unless we come into the second game and Havertz is not really getting into the game when it comes to like shooting and providing, I guess you could say, threat when it comes to shots. But yeah, Füllkrug on the other hand, that could bring you that. And that's a good problem to have if you're a national team. And I'm going to continue my prediction with Scotland like we did in the preview video with all the boys. I still do believe Scotland will finish last in the group. I didn't see anything from them. Despite how many fans were in the stadium, it was a bit disappointing how Scotland actually performed. Despite the players they have, Kieran Tierney, Che Adams, John McGinn, Andy Robertson, they have a good set of players. But I just think the coach doesn't really know how to set them up properly. A lot of lazy passes, lost possession. So I'm going to still stick to Scotland finishing last in the group. The next game we're going to talk about, it has to be Spain versus Croatia. Spain won 3-0. And honestly, I'm very shocked. I did predict Spain to finish top in the group, and all the guys did agree for them to like cruise through this table. But I didn't expect for this game to look so easy for them. That midfield trio, Fabian Ruiz, Pedri, and Rodri, is one of the best in the tournament. I could already say that. It was a masterclass. And a lot of people are now doubting Croatia, saying they're washed. I'm not going to completely agree with that yet, because Croatia does play Albania next. And who knows? What if they get a victory there and then they pick up their momentum and they end up beating Italy in the third game? Who knows yet? Yes, Croatia does look a bit washed. I am going to agree. But I'm still not going to count them out. Croatia is a team that always ends up proving me wrong in past tournaments. And if I go against them now, after I said that they will make it past the group, I'm going to just look like a hypocrite all over again. And I think one of the main talking points from this match is obviously Lamine Yamal. But just everything this kid does, he just keeps repeating what he's done throughout the season. No other player in history, regardless of all the world-class players that football has ever had, no one has ever done what Yamal is doing right now at 16 years old. Nobody. It's just crazy to me how a 16-year-old Lamine Yamal was able to make Guardiola look like one of the best left backs / center backs in world football right now under that Pep Guardiola system. And he just made him, he was just toying around with him, honestly. And that assist he provided to Carvajal was top notch. I think Yamal has one of the best crossing abilities in world football already. I'm already going to say that. And he could have also had that finish too. He had like a 1v1 and Livatkovic had a good save. So props to Yamal. I think as of right now, I am going to say he is the best youngster at the tournament. And we'll see throughout these next matches if he actually ends up becoming the young player of the tournament. And before I get to the third game, I'm going to say Germany and Spain were the best performing teams of Matchweek 1. Already, I'm going to get that over with. The next game, Italy secured a win versus Albania 2-1. There wasn't really that many talking points from this game. Yes, Italy did win, but I still don't see that. I'm not really impressed with them yet. I got to see more in the next game. But I think the main talking point from this match is the fact that Italy has their center back partnership secured for the next, I don't know how many years. And I mean, it's just Italian blood. The defense is what this country provides best. And Calafiori and Bastoni look like a brilliant center back partnership. Calafiori's been turning into a viral, I guess you could say, athlete because of his looks. He looks like a 2000 Italian center back, like Nesta and Maldini, which is really funny. But yeah, he had a good performance. Chiesa won man of the match. He also had a good performance. The one player I do want to see more from is Di Marco. He was obviously at fault for the first goal, a sloppy throw-in, which led to Albania scoring the fastest goal ever in the Euros. I want to see more from him when it comes to pushing up. We know at Inter he gets a lot of assists and he gets goals here and then. But with Italy, since he is playing a back four, I feel like he's a bit more complacent because he does have to defend. But I want to see him push up more because I did have him in my fantasy team and it didn't give me any fantasy points. So I want to see more from him. Next match, England versus Serbia. England won 1-0. I don't think there was a single like boring game I saw. And then Gareth Southgate said, "Hold my beer," because that was a pretty boring watch. I did expect a lot more from England, like a lot of like many other fans expected to as well. I don't think Trent Alexander-Arnold in the midfield is gonna work. That's just simply isn't in position, and it showed. Same with Phil Foden. I have said in the past that I do like him a lot on the left, but the fact that he has Kieran Trippier on his left side at fullback, and he's right-footed, I think that made him like isolated a lot. That's why we didn't really get to see Foden that much throughout the game. If England wants to go far, Foden has to find a way to fit more in this team and be involved more. I don't know if that means dropping Bellingham next to Rice. I don't know if that means dropping dropping Saka and putting Foden on the right, because Southgate has to figure it out somehow, because this team is way too stacked to not at least be in the semifinals. And after that performance against Serbia, it has to get better, because Serbia could have easily drawn, maybe could have won, who knows. But I didn't really see a lot from England. And like we said in the past, this is Southgate's time, or else he's out of here. The next game, this was personally one of my top 3 matches that I saw throughout match week 1. It was Romania versus Ukraine. Ukraine were actually my dark horse leading into this tournament. I think I might have to switch my take on that, because they got spanked 3-0 against Romania. But the reason why I like this match so much is the Romanians packing the stadium, the atmosphere this game brought, and overall the performance Romania had. Like, they proved a lot of people wrong. I didn't expect them to really outclass Ukraine like how they did. One player I want to mention is, I think his name is Nicolae Stanciu, their Romania's captain, their cam, the one that scored the brilliant goal to open up the scoring. What a performance. And I think he's going to be the main player for this team. I've never heard of him before this, but I was very impressed with him. Very good player. Like I said, Ukraine did disappoint. I need to see more from Zinchenko. He probably needs to slot into the midfield because he played left back this game. He needs to be involved way more. Mikhailo Mudryk, he was taking players on. He was somewhat of a threat, but he just lacks that final third finish, that final third pass. It's the same thing at Chelsea. Like, it's something about this kid that he feels pressured or something. Like, he can't get that final third product down. And we saw nothing from Dovbyk. The La Liga top scorer that I had in my fantasy team as well showed nothing. Yes, he didn't get that much support, but I did expect way more from him as well. Next game, Belgium versus Slovakia. And Belgium did what they do best and just fraud against a weak team that shouldn't be beating them. The main talking point from this game is, why is Romelu Lukaku still a consistent starter for this national team? The amount of sitters this guy misses is not right, bro. It just pisses me off, because this team gave him so many opportunities to score, so many opportunities for it to happen, and he simply can't finish. And this just goes back to the 2022 World Cup. I don't know why he has like the authority to start for this team. You have Trossard that could go up there, and then you could sub in Openda. Openda got subbed in and immediately got an assist, which ultimately got ruled out for Lukaku's second disallowed goal. But like all the guys said, if there's one team we predict to finish first and they end up not finishing first, it will be Belgium. And I think we might be right, because Belgium is looking like a team that's gonna fraud again, just like the 2022 World Cup. The second to last game I react to is Austria versus France. France won 1-0. It was a scrappy win. Just like England, I wasn't convinced with France. Yes, they have an insanely stacked squad, but I just wanted to see more. And now it's confirmed that I think Mbappe is going to miss the next match against the Netherlands and might possibly miss the entire group stage, which is a big miss for France. But I still do think they have the depth to make it first. They should. Yes, Netherlands is a tough game, and that's their next game. But they shouldn't lose that game. They won't. They might draw. Netherlands might secure a draw. But they shouldn't lose that game. I think Griezmann has to step up more. He didn't show me anything in that match. Giroud didn't start, but I believe he might have to start next game. And Ousmane Dembele just had a stinker. So those three players right there are going to have to be key against Netherlands. And N'Golo Kante, I was upset that Camavinga didn't start this match. Obviously, because I'm a big Camavinga lover, I guess you could say. But Kante, man, he just doesn't lose his quality regardless of where he's playing now. Like, I think he did end up winning man of the match. He was everywhere. And he's the same exact player that he was in previous years for France. And it's crazy because I didn't expect this to happen. He's just playing in Saudi Arabia. Everyone's somewhat forgotten about him. And Deschamps just ends up calling him back up. And he just looks like the same old Conte, which is good to see, because that is a good profile player for Deschamps. And I do believe he's going to be starting every single game after that performance. And the last match of match week 1, Portugal versus Czech Republic. Portugal won 2-1. Also scrapped the win. Portugal, France, and England. Those three teams are too stacked for them to be scraping wins in match week 1. Again, especially against those weak teams that they played against. Yeah, all three teams were similar in that aspect. But Portugal did pull through in the last minute. Conceição with the clutch substitution. He came in, I think he scored within 3 minutes or less. And Pedro Neto as well provided the assist, came on at the same time as him. I think Pedro Neto deserves to start after that, because Leao's performance was not good enough. Same with Bernardo Silva. Something not that many people are talking about is Bernardo Silva has no goals or assists, I think, in the last 3 major tournaments. I don't think he had a goal and assist in the last Euros, and he didn't have a goal and assist in the last World Cup. Is he a fraud for Portugal? I don't know. It's a conversation people got to start bringing up, because I would now start Pedro Neto. I think he brings a lot of energy on that wing, and we see at Wolves all the time. I think it's a disgrace that Joao Felix didn't even get subbed in. He brings a different type of creativity to this Portugal squad. Yes, Ronaldo didn't really have a good game as well, but I mean, I don't really expect him to. He's 40 years old. As much as I love Ronaldo, I didn't have him to finish top goal scorer or anything. But at the same time, I wouldn't start Gonzalo Ramos either way. I think Ronaldo still found a way to open up and get a lot of chances. He just needs to capitalize next game. And just like England, I feel like Portugal has to find their set lineup as well if they want to make it far. I saw Cancelo started higher up the pitch. I don't really understand that when Portugal are stacked when it comes to attacking wingers. But I think that might have to change next game. And Leao might have to get dropped as well. So I think if Martinez makes a couple changes, adjustments, I think Portugal still could be one of the favorites. No, they still are one of the favorites. What am I saying? I'm not gonna let this performance take away my narrative for Portugal being a favorite. And to end off the video, previewing some match week 2 games, which will be the most exciting games for match week 2. I'm gonna say obviously Spain versus Italy, Thursday, June 20th. That's gonna be a battle for first place. And I think after match week 1 performances, I think Spain will actually outclass Italy, and they might win by more than 2 goals. I feel very confident about that. And another game, Netherlands versus France. No Mbappe. Can Netherlands pull it off? They are blessed now that Mbappe is not going to play. But I still think France won't lose that game. I think it will be a draw, like a 1-1 or maybe even a 2-2. And the third game I'm really excited for is Turkey versus Portugal. 2 teams that just secured 3 points within their group. But after Portugal's performance, Turkey They might want to capitalize. They might want to capitalize and try to finish first in that group, which it wouldn't be a surprise. Turkey played very well against Georgia. And if they somehow figure out how to break down this Portugal team, we saw they scored 2 bangers. Goulet scored a long shot. If they get capitalized on long shots, they might get a result. But I'm still gonna predict Portugal to scrape another win here. But that was it, lads, for the reactions of match week 1. I'll probably do this for every last game of the match week. Even for Copa America, we're gonna try our best to get some reactions out on those. So stay tuned for more content. And stay tuned for the Copa America that's about to start as well. We're about to get busy in this channel. Make sure to get your kid to FPT Sports. Use code LadsFooty. Follow all of our socials. Links down below for everything. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.